Hello. Hi, my name's Fred and I'm special. Not in an X Factor way, more in this school can't afford the resources. I've got a condition called dyspraxia, which basically means constant confusion, complete disorganization, and a non-existent attention span. At least that's how my CV starts anyway. You know, it's hard having any ambition when you've got special needs, you know, like no one believes in you. They're like, you can't run a company, Freddie, you can't even run a bath. And you're wrong. I've got no problems running a bath. Just sometimes I forget to take my clothes off before I get in it. But I would say, you know, you got to take the cards you're dealt in life, and in the end, I am a glass half full person. In that, I'm incapable of buying a pint without spilling half. But yeah, I actually don't drink anymore because I spent about 5 years of my life self-medicating with booze and cocaine when I could afford it. So I was something of a cash point frequenter. One thing used to annoy me though, it was always like, do you require an advice slip? Do you really think I'd be pulling 80 quid out of my overdraft at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday morning if I was remotely receptive to advice? And beyond that, like, who do they think they are offering it, you know? Because these days when I've given up, they're like, people say to me, like, how do you do it? You know, do you find God? Do your parents stage an intervention? Do you go rehab? It's like, nah, I was just at the cash point one night, you know. And Nat West just gave me this heartfelt receipt and everything changed, man. But it's actually quite fun being a recovering alcoholic and drug addict, you know, because people are proud of you just for doing something they got no problems not doing themselves. You know, like the rest of society's reprobates don't get given the same respect, you know. It's never like, Barry, it's been 17 days now, and not once have you opened your raincoat in Tesco. Just gonna say it, Barry, you're an inspiration. Also, it's good in other ways, right? Because I don't consider myself to be a particularly macho person. But there is now one thing which no one can out-macho me on, which is the consequences of drinking. You know, blokes will be like, smashed 10 pints last night, lost my phone, whee. Then you get the other group, smashed 17 Jaeger bombs, chundered in an Uber, lad. And I'll be like, yeah, well, I got blackout drunk every night for 5 years, got beaten up multiple times, left a trail of unpayable credit card debts, and my girlfriend left me. Legend! Thank you. I don't like toxic masculinity in general, like, because, you know, when you're at the gym and you have these guys with their big macho slogan T-shirts trying to come across as aggressive as possible, and I just wish those slogan T-shirts were a bit more honest, you know, about the underlying reasons why they were there. So, like, rather than lifting isn't a crime, or what they call obsession, I call dedication, or more hustle, more muscle, just said, I can't get a date, here's how I compensate. It's weird though, gyms though, right? Haven't you noticed how, like, the smaller the guy is, the wider they tend to be? Like, sort of fantasy creatures running around, man, you know. Like, I thought I was in fitness first, not Warhammer 40,000. And then you get, like, the super pre-macho dudes, you know, the tall ones. They got all the bulging muscles, whitened teeth, tattooed eyebrows, basically looking like how all end-of-level bosses would look if Streets of Rage was designed by Gok Wan. But I don't like macho stuff because generally, like, look at all the killings in the world. It's always blokes doing it, you know, like the school shootings. They got all the guns. I actually think we should have relaxed gun laws, not America. Like, not because I believe in gun violence, but I think parochial England is still concerned with, like, minor stuff to ever actually pull a trigger. It's like they'd be walking out of your house with all the laptops, all the passports. You'll be like, stop, I'll shoot. But then again, it is past 10 on a Tuesday. I don't want to give the neighbours any bother. Potentially going to leave a mess. That's another Sunday wasted in B&Q. And the potential knock-off on house prices doesn't even bear thinking about. Just strip the bricks, man. But, you know, Americans, they have all these phrases, you know, like, just be yourself. You've got to be who you are. You know, which, if I'm honest with you, I really wish a lot of people wouldn't be. Like, certain people, you just like, could you just pretend not to be a total wanker for one day, you know? Like, I'm not myself all the time. If I was myself all the time, my dating profile would read like this. If you're looking for a dyspraxic, debt-ridden, recovering alcoholic who still lives at home with his mum, I consider myself to be among the better-looking ones. Swipe right for disinherit, thank you. Also, you know, people are not specific enough about what they want on dating apps. You know, girls are always like, oh, I really like bad boys, you know. What they mean is someone who smokes roll-ups, has tattoos, possibly owns a leather jacket. Like, they don't really want to receive a message like this. So I started off decapitating frogs, then strangling cats, before finding my true calling, disappearing witnesses. Every morning I wake up with a formless sense of vengeance and the knowledge that I'll never rest till I'm sipping pig's blood from the... Do you want to go bowling? Anyway, that's my time. It's been a pleasure talking to you.